circle in front. Conacher turns, shoots, scores! A power play goal, and the Comets take the lead. Just 6:30.
Yes,
Here for Lindholm with a wrist shot, save made, rebound, they score. It is Adam Cracknell tying the game at 9:01 to go in the first period. Break from center, Berchi, left side, in, he hit the post, rebound, score! Adam Clendening follows up the Berchi shot, and the Comets take a 2-1 lead. Shot trickling behind Binnington. Puck still loose, no goal. Settles for an outside shot, saved by Markstrom. Rebound cleared but held to the line. Then Brodor's shot tipped into his own net by Clendening. It's tied at 2 after Clendening with an own goal. The playing surface, and before the Comets can clear the zone, the Wolves had scored. Here's a chance for Grenier to one-tie the game. Here this year, the Wolves, Shane Harper across from Payarvi. Drop pass for Parayko, weaving in, and he put it off the outside. Boards moves a little deeper, down to the goal line. Matty centers, right on, rebound, Farios scores. He got his own rebound and puts it into the roof of the net, and for the first time in the hockey game, the Wolves have a 3-2 lead. Berchi on the half wall, steps in front, drags and waits, goes to the backhand, save made by Binnington. Berchi to O'Reilly, over for Sanguinetti, one-timer, scores! And then Conacher. Friesen winds and shoots, and a glove save from Binnington. 48 on the penalty kill. Goal line, it's Harper. Feathers it across, Edmonton scores, and the Wolves have forced Game 5 with an overtime win and a power play goal.
Travis, did it come down to the own goal and some critical penalties, or was there more to it?
Well, obviously played a part of it. Well, it's a fine line between winning and losing. I thought we took a couple penalties that we probably shouldn't have. Their power play made a couple adjustments, and ultimately, we got one unlucky goal against us, but that's part of it.
Bit of a ticky-tack call in Game 4 of overtime. They called too many men on the ice.
It was. I thought it was a little bit, the players on the ice had no bearing on the play, but there were 6 guys on the ice.
Is this a game where you feel like you outplayed them, but maybe the bounces just aren't going your way?
I thought it was a pretty close game. I thought 5-on-5 we probably had more chances than them, though. But it was good, hard-fought hockey game.
What did you tell the team in the locker room after this?
Well, first of all, it stings. It's supposed to hurt. Your team's not going to be. It's not a regular loss. You lose in overtime in this situation. It's not easy. It's supposed to hurt, but you got to have short-term memory in the playoffs. We talked about that before the series started, and you work all year to play at home for a deciding game.
Do you take any positives out of the fact that while this stings, you get right back on it tomorrow? You don't have time to sit and talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's good that we get back at it. When we've needed a good game, our team's always responded, and I expect them to play a good game tomorrow.
How did the team respond after your remarks to them?
They know. I'm not telling them stuff that we haven't talked about before during the season. Your emotions are running a little hotter right now with it being playoffs. But it's a tough loss. It's tough for them when they lost in overtime the other night. It's tough for us to lose in overtime.
I think it's, three overtime games in the playoffs here. The goals are like just 1 goal difference in total goals. Could it be any tighter? Could it be any... The team's just very, very well matched?
I think so. The whole year the games have been close against Chicago. They got a good team. We got a good team. It's playoff hockey.
Is there anything said about the penalties that you guys took? You had a two-man advantage that got evaporated after the goal and then the key penalty in overtime. Do you tell anything to the guys there?
We're always talking about discipline. It's easy to, when you lose a game like that, it's easy to say, hey, you can't take penalties in overtime, but it's a game, it's a fast game, things happen, emotions run hot. Do we want to take 5 or 6 penalties that we took tonight? No, of course not. But you learn from your mistakes, you move on. All year we've talked about owning your game and owning parts of your game. We played a lot of good hockey tonight as well. There's a lot of good things to take out of this game, and you have to be honest with yourself and honest with your game and honest with your team.
What were the good things to take from this game?
We played well. We created a lot of scoring chances 5-on-5, and the puck's not going in right now. But we've got to stay with it and bring our best game tomorrow again and get back at it.
I know you don't want to focus on it right now, but how big does having home ice advantage at this point with the decisive Game 5 now?
Well, it's big. It doesn't guarantee anything, but give me my choice of playing it at home or playing it on the road. I know what I'm choosing, and especially with our fans and our building.
Gee, too many men on the ice in overtime of Game 4 of the playoff series. Isn't that a bit of a ticky-tack call? Don't you swallow the whistle in a moment like that?
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow there. It's a fine line between winning and losing. It just goes to show you one little mistake, pucks in the back of the net, and going to Game 5.
As high as we were when we were here talking last night, now on the other side of it, how are the guys reacting?
It's playoff hockey. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Every night's a grind and a battle. Right now we got to have a short-term memory. Right back at it tomorrow night. We got to, get some rest here tonight and be ready to go tomorrow.
Coach talked about how you guys had a little bit more chances when it was 5-on-5. You guys feel maybe you guys outplayed them at times during this game?
Yeah, we had our chances there. It goes back to Game 2. There's a lot of penalties. We want to play 5-on-5. That's when we're at our best. We got to do a better job tomorrow night, staying out of the box, and hopefully get the win.
You said last time we were here it was the biggest goal of your life. Is tomorrow the biggest game of your life? And if so, what experiences do you draw upon to settle yourself for the big night?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge game tomorrow night. Do or die. Everybody's going to be on their best game tomorrow. We've always been a team that bounces back after a tough one. I guarantee the boys will be ready to go tomorrow night.
What about tonight? You say we need to get our rest. We go home. We talk about it. You're in it. How do you rest? And how do you not get up real early? Are you going to get up earlier? I mean, how does it affect your regular routine?
It's no different than any other back-to-back game we've had all year. You got to get what you need after the game with recovery. Like I said, have a short-term memory. We'll probably come to the rink tomorrow, get a stretch in, and go over this game tonight. And most guys will get a nap in tomorrow afternoon and a quick turnaround.
What did Coach say when he got you guys back in the locker room, and what did you guys say in response to what he told you?
The first thing he said is, that one stings. It's a tough loss to take. Short-term memory. It's go home for a couple hours here and think about it, and then put it behind us. Games like this in the playoffs, it's a quick turnaround tomorrow. You got to let this one go as quick as possible and focus on tomorrow night.
You play all regular season long for a chance to secure home ice advantage in a spot like this. Now that you're heading to Game 5, how much of an advantage, drawing on the last 2 games here, do you think that you're going to have playing at the Aud in front of these fans tonight?
Yeah, that's another thing Greener said when he first came in. We fought and battled all year for home ice advantage for tomorrow night. To play in front of our home crowd. The building's going to be electric again, and like I said, everybody's going to be real pumped up, ready to go.
Adam, can you talk just a little bit about the goal, the own goal, just a second?
I just saw the shot coming, and I actually tried to get out of the way, but it was kind of a bit of a reaction. The puck's coming to you, you put your stick on the ice. Just a bad bounce. I was actually getting out of the way for Markey, and ended up hitting me and going in. I don't really know what to chalk it up to, but it wasn't good.
How do you bounce back from something like that? What do you say to yourself, and how do you have a short memory about it?
I mean, it's not like I tried to do it on purpose, right? So, it's just move on. Like, it was a tie game. It's not like I did anything, you know. It's back to 0-0, and we have 3/4 of a game left to play. So, it wasn't really that hard. I stayed out there and started the next shift, and you know, I pride myself on having a short-term memory and playing pretty, you know, loose. If it happens, it happens. And that's the way the game is. You know, you're not going to get every bounce in a game. So, and to go from, you know, with a 1-goal lead back to a tie game, or even if it was a, you know, a lead for them, you still have 2/3 of a game left to play. So, it wasn't too drastic.
It felt like you guys were outplaying them for most of the game. Did it feel like that for you guys?
Yeah, we did. We gave them a little bit in the second, I think. Took some penalties. Mine didn't help. Obviously, they scored, but they got a little bit of momentum, and we kind of got pushed back on our heels a little bit. But overall, I think if you look at it, yeah, maybe. But you know, you still got to bury your chances when we get them. We had some good looks, and credit to the guy in net. He's been doing it all series, and you know, we got to find a way to beat him.
The officiating was pretty involved in this game. How difficult is it, obviously, to take the loss in overtime, but also being shorthanded?
Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't speak my mind so much, but it's amazing what happens when you whine in this league. But that's just my opinion. I mean, they were yelling and yapping all game, and to kind of end a game like that, it definitely hurts. Maybe look at it again, and maybe it is. I wasn't really paying attention, but to end a game on something like that, you know, and it does sting. But at the end of the day, it's part of the game. We're going to get a good call for us at one point, or we have in the past. I mean, they gave us a 5-on-3 to tie the game. So at the same time, you know, it's part of the game. Every ref does his own thing, and you know, credit to him for making the call. If he thought it was the right call, then make it. I wouldn't want it to be any different just because it's overtime.
Now, having a difficult loss like that, is there an advantage to getting right back on the horse tomorrow and not having a day to think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you know, it's game 5, win, go home. It's pretty simple. We didn't work all year to get home ice just to, you know, coast to game 5 and act like everything's okay. But when you're in a game 5 and you have your home ice, you got the fans that we have, it's definitely a little bit of an advantage.
Is tomorrow the biggest game of your life? And if so, what are you going to draw upon from your hockey past to be able to calm yourself for it and get yourself focused?
It's the biggest game of the year. My life, it's hard to say. I've played some pretty big games.
And tell us about the experience from those games and how you're going to draw on that tomorrow.
I think I mean, everybody in the room's played big games. We have guys that have won the Calder Cup. You know, guy who won a Stanley Cup. It's important to treat it like another game. I mean, obviously it means a little more, but when you start overthinking it, you start holding your stick a little tight, you can't make the plays and do what you want to do out there. So it's just treat it like another game, and yeah, maybe it means a little more, but I think we're a good group. We're looser than most I've seen, and I don't think this is going to really affect us all too much.
Does that looseness add to your guys' ability to be able to come back from adversity? Because you've come back from adversity all season.
Yeah, I think I haven't been here that long, but you know, when we haven't played that well, we responded with really good efforts since I've been here, and that's, you know, it's a sign of a good hockey team, a sign of a team with a lot of character, and you know, we have, like I've said, we have guys in that room that have won very big games in their careers, and you know, those are the guys that you look forward to, and the guys that lead. So at the end of the day, it's another hockey game, and we're going to go out there and leave it all on the line.
And the kneeing call on you, did you think that was legit?
You guys are putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can say no comment.
Yeah, I mean, I hit him. He actually got me in the ribs with his helmet. I have a mark for it. but it's kind of hard to knee somebody when I didn't fall and neither did he. So, but at the same time, again, the ref makes the call. He sees what he sees, and at the end of the day, I mean, we probably, if you want to go that way, probably shouldn't have got a 5-on-3. But at the end of the day, they gave it to us. So, again, it goes one way and it goes the other. So, it's part of the game.
Taking the last two games as a sample size, what are you expecting tomorrow from the crowd, and how are you guys going to draw on that?
I expect nothing less than the same, if not better. And it's nice. You watch our starts. We feed off it. As much as people think it's irrelevant, and it's not. It's nice to have people behind you, and it's nice when it's loud. And I mean, it's the same as like if you were weightlifting and having music with you. It's the same thing. So it's definitely going to be something to help us and give us an advantage in Game 5, and that's what we play all season for. That's why we went and got the first seed, and hopefully it ends up on our side.